Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you're doing well whenever you see this. This is going to be a general reading for Aquarius. I am sorry that is a few days late. Had some stuff come up and some health stuff, but I'm feeling much better now. So let's get into your reading, Aquarius. So this is going to be for April 1st. Even though we're filming this on the 4th, we can pick up past energy or energy that you're currently in, and we'll go through April 1st through the 18th, okay? So it is a general reading, so always take it how it resonates or applies to you. So it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. And if it doesn't resonate with you and you know your birth time, you can always get a free birth chart online and finding out your other placements, like for instance, what your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs are. And then always feel free to check out some of my other zodiac videos on my channel as well. Real quick, also too, before we get into your cards, because I have pulled all your tarot cards here to save us some time, is that whenever you see this reading, it is meant for you since time is fluid and relative. So just for an example, it can resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future. Okay, so always, come back and check with it later too. So what else was I going to say? Oh yes, your candle. Don't want to forget. So I did come out with a new line of zodiac candles. So this is the Aquarius candle. I don't know if you guys can see. Cool little artwork there. All right. And so you can get this candle. It's on my website. All the info is in the description box below, or go to MalesseaMagicLight.com. But basically, you can get this as a gift for an Aquarius for their birthday, or for your own birthday if you're an Aquarius, right? If you are dealing with an Aquarius, the candles can be customized for that. Or if you want to bring in some of the positive attributes of an Aquarius, we can do that as well. So all candles, even though you don't see it now, they will be blessed. If they're not customized, they'll be blessed with herbs and oil for love, success, and protection. So anyway, I thought that was cool. So I just want to show y'all real quick, because I forgot to show some certain signs or candles. And I was like, oh no, it was sitting right there. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Also, the last thing before we start is if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you want to, it's totally free. You just click on the bottom right bell icon and make sure that it's active. It just lets you know when I put out new videos. So always helps my channel too to have more subscribers. So also, if you like this video later, please feel free to give it a thumbs up too, because that always helps me too. So yeah, I think that's all I was gonna say. So let's get into your reading, Aquarius. They're like, it's already late, like hurry up. Okay. We're never late, we're always on time, right? So we're gonna do a quick sound bell for some general grounding and for healing for the reading. So if you want and you feel comfortable, you can take a deep breath in and out. Okay, Aquarius, let's get into your reading. Also want to say, if you're new, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back always. So we're going to start off with your first 6 cards here, Aquarius, and then we'll get into your tarot confirmation cards a little bit after. So just set my timer here, if it works. There we go. Okay, so Aquarius, you have 3 of Cups upright, King of Wands in reverse, 4 of Pentacles upright, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Death card upright, and Page of Wands upright. Oh yes, I also forgot to say, for these 2 rows, your 6 Aquarius, this is energy starting around April 1st, okay, a little bit before, a little bit after, and then going through where we are in the weekend here up to this weekend we're in now, since it's the 4th, and then going through a little bit into next week. And in the second row here is the second week and weekend of, mid-April till about the 18th or so. All right. So Aquarius. To start your reading off with here, you have the Three of Cups in the upright position. This can be you, Aquarius, the person you're dealing with, or just your general environment. But there looks like there can be some reason for a celebration. There is more control over your emotions or the persons you're dealing with, or I said persons, it could be a person or persons, right? Or in your environment. But there's also a lot of support around you. Okay, so in this deck with the Animal Totem Tarot deck, right, the one I've been using lately, it's a lot of animals, right? So you see these 3 birds, and they're having a reason to celebrate something, and kind of dancing and feeling free on top of these cups here, okay? So really nice energy to start your reading off with. Again, if it's not a celebration or reasons to celebrate, it could just be that you're feeling more support than normal lately, which is always nice, right? All right. Now, Aquarius, I see with your second card here that even though you're feeling a lot of support in certain ways, there's still something that you don't feel super confident about, or you're feeling a little bit of restless energy, not feeling as abundant as you could be, or you're either being too vulnerable or not vulnerable enough with something. Okay, and since it is a general reading, it will resonate for you guys in different ways. But let me show you the card here. So this is the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, and just for reference, when this guy is right side up, you see this Tasmanian devil dude here, and he's got this posture of being really relaxed and comfortable. He's got his butt exposed, right? So that's the vulnerability I was talking about. Okay, so he's not scared to be vulnerable when it's right side up. Okay, he's almost like tempting people to come mess with him a little bit. So he's just feeling super confident and abundant and isn't scared of anything, right? But since it was in reverse for you, and along with some of the other cards that we'll talk about later, it really brings up that feeling of not being confident, either being too vulnerable or not vulnerable enough, or just feeling some lack of abundance, okay? And with that energy here, it goes right into your third card, which is the Four of Pentacles upright. There is something that you're holding on to too tightly, Aquarius, during this time, even in the recent past, or even lingering into this weekend where we are now, since it's Sunday, and going into a little bit of next week, where it could be that you are holding on to an idea or philosophy too tightly, but somewhere you're operating out of either fear or control. So you see that here with this squirrel, like kind of this greedy energy of like, I gotta take all the coins, like there's never enough, that type of energy here with this card. And so when this Four of Pentacles is following the King of Wands here, I'm saying that basically, the cards are saying that, not me, but the cards are saying that there's something where you weren't feeling confident. There was either not enough vulnerability or too much, okay, not feeling abundant. And then here comes in the squirrel being like, yeah, I'm operating out of fear that there's not enough, or I'm scared that I can't control all these things. So I'm just going to snatch everything and hold it too hard, okay? So this also goes into your next card here, Aquarius, with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So your wheel is not going to turn, your luck is not going to turn for the better until you start to surrender control a little bit, Aquarius, and until you come from a place where you're not operating out of fear or control, okay? But like I say, nothing lasts forever, right? There's always ebb and flow. Things go up and down. We have positive and negative in our life, and it changes always. That is life, right? So just wanted to say that because here you go, and you have the Death card upright. I was happy to see this card. If you guys know tarot in general, or watch my channel before, the Death card is nothing to be scared about. It's not meaning someone's going to die. It's not a negative card. It's actually a very positive card that talks about rebirth, new beginnings, transformation. Okay, so in order to bring out something new, something has to die. Okay, so this actually, because it falls right underneath your King of Wands in reverse, when I always see the death card, I talk about the carcass, the bloody carcass that he's eating, right? That's their substance as a vulture, is our vulnerability. There's something we don't feel comfortable with because it's like this bloody underbelly of society or whatever the hell it's going on for you, right? But it's disgusting to look at. And some people, if they're not comfortable with their own vulnerability and someone shows them their vulnerable side, they might see it as disgusting or gross. It's also red, right? Our blood can be scary, right? You're vulnerable when you're wounded, physically wounded. And so that kind of represents the vulnerability. And like I was saying, since it's right underneath, okay, the King of Wands in reverse, and I was saying his backside was vulnerable, okay, when it's right side up for reference, but he doesn't care. But when it's in reverse, he does care. He does care that his backside is vulnerable. Okay, so again, since it is a general reading, it could be saying, Aquarius, that some of you are not being vulnerable enough, or you're being too vulnerable about something here. But this brings about this beautiful change with the death card again, because, you know, normally I go in order of the tarot confirmation cards. The ones on the outside here, the Llewellyn deck, they're like the little yellow border cards. But this time I'm going to go a little bit out of order because what was underneath the death card was the Tower in reverse. Okay, so this is saying, let me show you all three at once, that maybe the first week, Aquarius, you are resisting change. You were resisting being vulnerable about something, or getting confident about something, or feeling abundant in general. And here, maybe towards the second week of April, till about mid-April, till the 18th or so, not exact, right? Then you start to embrace this change. Then you start to embrace being more confident, being vulnerable, being more abundant, okay? So I just wanted to show you all of that kind of all together for a moment there. But real quick, back to the Tower in the reverse, okay? So when the Tower is right side up, for reference, you see this lightning bolt that is hitting the top of the Tower, okay? The Tower card represents dramatic change. It can be small change or big change or medium change, whatever. It can be your car breaking down. It can be getting a new job or getting fired from your job. It can be good changes. It can be bad changes, but they're always for the good eventually, right? And so it can just say that it's very shocking, right, with the lightning bolt. But the lightning bolt is also hitting the top because it references the crown chakra. So normally when you see the Tower card, it talks about revelation, spiritual downloads, insight, enlightenment, okay? But remember, it was reversed for you in the recent past, just like the King of Wands, it was reversed, okay? And so that was saying in the recent past, you could have been resisting this change, okay? Resisting the vulnerability, resisting feeling confident or working on your confidence, or resisting working on your abundance, whatever, however it resonates for you, okay? But by the second week, change is gonna come in for you, whether you resist it or not, okay? And it will be for the better. Because your last card here in the main six, Aquarius, is the Page of Wands upright. So the Page of Wands upright, there's a little salamander kind of dude here on the wand. I'll show you in just a second. But it represents a small opportunity from the universe coming in. It can also be a small communication from someone coming in to you, or you giving a small communication to someone else. Or like I said in the beginning, when I first was describing this card, it could just be an opportunity, a small opportunity from the universe coming in, okay? So when you see the salamander in tarot, it's usually on the King of Wands on the bottom. You know, salamander or like a chameleon or something like that. It's talking about you could, not for you, Aquarius, because I feel like you're already naturally more adaptive to your environment, because you tend to, be a water sign and be more fluid with people in your environment. So in this case, I don't feel like it's like telling you that you need to adapt to your environment. I feel like it's more telling you that even though in the past, with this transformation, they talk about the salamander as like a trial by fire or death by fire. They try to kill the salamander by putting him in the fire and he won't die. Okay, so he still comes out. So that can be just talking about your strength here too. That whatever these changes are that you were resisting, the more you start embracing them and say, okay, I don't have control over this or that. And if I come at it being upset or resisting or fearing it or trying to control it, it's just going to make it worse. So the more that you embrace it, then there will be some type of small opportunity or communication that can come in and remind you that things will get better and that you're super strong, okay? Now, on that note, now we will get into your other confirmation cards since I went a little bit out of order with them today, but they tell me, I get messages from my guys that tell me to go in certain ways, so that's what I do. So your first confirmation card that I normally go 1, 2, 3, but this time I'm going 1, 2. So we'll call it your second confirmation card today. Is the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, when the Two of Cups in reverse shows up, this is an energy that talks about there could be some union that wasn't balanced correctly. Okay, now when I talk about union, I could be talking about a romantic union. I could be talking about a union with a romantic, I just said that, romantic partner. Okay, maybe it is a romantic partner for some of you because I said it twice, which is weird. But it could also be everything is a relationship, right? Everything is how we relate to other people. So it can be you relating to a friendship or you relating to a member of your family, or it can be you relating to different parts of yourself, right? So there's something that's out of balance here since it is in the reverse position, okay? And this can be, again, from the recent past or energy like lingering around the first week. Since it is a union card, for reference, just so you can see, when it's right side up, there's an equal give and take. These people are each giving each other a cup, right? And it's an equal transfer of energy, okay? Male and female, right? There's no gender in tarot. It's just a metaphor, okay? So one of you can be more masculine and one of you can be more feminine. We both have each in us, okay, as human beings. But there's something off here. And I feel like it's really speaking about that vulnerability, possibly that you were either being too vulnerable or not vulnerable enough, and you were resisting something. And you could have been resisting a partnership, right? I mean, every relationship is hard, like even with our friends or family or work relationships with ourselves, right? I mean, everything is work. So you could have been resisting for different reasons, okay? Maybe you felt like it wasn't time or whatever it may be, okay? But I feel like when you did this, okay, you were also Aquarius, shutting down a part of your intuition, your inner knowing, something in you that only you know, okay? And I say that because what I've been doing recently is showing the top and the bottom of each deck, okay? So in the recent past, Aquarius, you had the High Priestess in reverse and the Empress upright, okay? So the High Priestess in reverse, that's blocking your intuition. When you're putting it next to, well, yeah, I guess we'll do it like that. Sorry. When you're putting the High Priestess in reverse next to the Two of Cups in reverse, next to the King of Wands in reverse, resisting some type of vulnerability. Or if it's not that, what also the Two of Cups represents is higher vibrational love, okay? Love between two romantic people, love between friends, family, love between work relationship, right? You have to respect each other to work with each other, whatever it may be, okay? Because when the Two of Cups is upright, it's higher vibrational love. So this let's see, to compare it to like the devil card would be a lustful kind of love or low vibrational love, where you're just trying to get something out of the situation. You're not trying to actually care for the other person in some way. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Hopefully you do. Always feel free to comment and let me know later. Oh yes, also side note, I did turn off the chat for a little bit, only because my schedule's been a little crazy, but I will turn them on in the future again to do any like free mini readings at the end of the general reading here for each sign. But anyway, Aquarius, sorry, back to your reading here. That, yeah, with the High Priestess in reverse in the recent past, yes, my little timer is going off here. And also the Empress upright is like, even though you were turning off your intuition, your inner knowing, okay, for reference, you see her right side up. She's divinely protected by this spider web over her head. There's all this water all around her. She's super abundant. She's got the moon, you know, on top of her head, the symbol of the moon, okay? But because it was reversed or upside down for you, blocking some type of your own intuition, even though you were doing that, you were still able to get some type of business done, some type of abundance done, some type of creativity done. If it's not that, then it means you are still able to get some type of support. Okay, it doesn't have to be from the same person or same people. But when you see the Empress upright, she's sitting on her throne. Okay, she has the support behind her back. She can lean back on the throne. That's what I mean when I say that. And then here with the Three of Cups, the card your reading started off with, this is also another card that talks about support. So this can be saying that even though in the recent past you weren't using your intuition was blocked in some way, because you didn't want to give an equal give and take with someone, or someone didn't want to do it with you, or something like that. You didn't want to embrace vulnerability, or you're embracing it too much, or whatever. There was an imbalance, okay, with something in the way that you were relating there, okay. And so this is where I also want to talk about your last two cards here, as far as what was on the top of your Animal Totem Tarot. And I will sum everything up at the end if you're like, I don't understand. Okay, so on the top you had the Hangman upright, and on the bottom you had Ten of Cups upright. So this is saying that in the recent past, Aquarius, you could have been more open to looking at things in general, or a certain idea or project or relationship from a different perspective. And the more that you did that, the more that you were open to looking at things from a different angle. Right here, when you see this ant, okay, crawling upside down, the more you're able to look at something from a different perspective, the more abundant you were, the more content or happy you were about something, the more emotional happiness you had, okay? So when you see the cups in tarot, this represents emotions, good emotions, right? Because all the cups are right side up. So I wanted to show you that right before we talk about your third and last confirmation card here, okay? So this is the Temperance card upright. So this talks about patience, and it talks about balance. Okay, so in some decks you see this woman standing with one foot in the water and one foot on land. Okay, in this deck you see her here underwater at a well, holding a water pitcher, right? Trying to get more water. She's like, I'm in the water, I'm getting water, I don't have enough water. So it's really talking about being creative, having your emotions in control here, having patience, not scared to go deep. Another thing, another reference to being vulnerable, right? She's going to swim in all this water. She's going to drink all this water, okay? Water is a conduit for whatever emotion you're feeling, okay? So it's an amplifier. So if you're angry and you're talking angry or whatever, and then you go drink water, you're putting that anger into the water, and then you're putting it in your body. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, that there's something that you might start towards, you know, the middle of April, to the middle of April, Aquarius. you will start to be more open to it, and you will start to want to go deep, start to get your emotions more in control. Um, and the more that you do that, again, the more abundant you will be, the more emotionally happy, more content in general. And the more that you do that and embrace being patient, being wise, having the ability to also, I forgot to say this earlier, is that she travels between the worlds. So she travels from the land of the 3D that we're in to the 5D, which is the spiritual or subconscious, the conscious, conscious and subconscious, right? So the more that you're able to do that, Aquarius, then you match the energy of the Page of Wands, where you're super strong and you're going to get a small opportunity from the universe, a small message from someone, or you're going to send a small message to someone else. The beginning of something, again, because this Page of Wands is following the Death card. So it talks about endings and new beginnings, right? And also, if this is, the start of a new friendship, a new relationship, a new work situation. Since he is the page, okay, he's starting at the bottom. So it goes page, knight, king, right? Okay, so this could be that you're starting at the very small start of something, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it's not significant. It doesn't mean that it's not important, or it will become really bigger or really more important or more abundant, okay? So I'm hoping that that is making sense so far, because I know I'm a little bit over on time already, but what is time, right? It's fluid, it's relative. So with that, let's get you some quick oracle cards before you go. But that is what I have so far for you regarding the tarot. And it's super quiet. A little music. Luckily, the dogs are sleeping, but you never know, right? Okay. So just give me a moment to tap back into your energy here, Aquarius. Aquarius. Oops. Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to see? What does Aquarius need to know? The water bear, Aquarius. That was fast? Okay, let's see, what is it? You have the prison waif. Oh, I've never seen this card before. Interesting. So there's this fairy woman, and she looks like she's like in prison. And in the background, you see all this greenery and like her thinking of being outside. But the main symbols of the card is sabotage and poverty consciousness. Self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Okay, so when I see this card, Aquarius, it really goes with the energy of the Four of Pentacles when I was talking about operating from a place of lack, right? So that would be poverty, right? Poverty consciousness. And so here the squirrel is trying to take all the pentacles for himself, right? They would be nuts in the real world, okay? But so it's like coming from that place of fear or trying to control, that just actually puts you in bondage, right? That actually makes you, it makes you, self-sabotage is like you're ruining your chances, right? Of whatever is happening, ruining some potential positive outcome, that kind of thing. It's just, it puts you in that mindset of being stuck and making yourself more stuck. And so then you're like, okay, well, how do I get out of that? And you get out of that by embracing your intuition, embracing your vulnerability wherever you are, if you're being vulnerable enough or too vulnerable, whatever. And the more that you do that and embrace the water, because you are a water sign, right, Aquarius, you will feel more abundant, and you won't be coming from a place of self-sabotage or poverty consciousness anymore, because then you will come into your 10 of Cups. Okay? real quick, with that being said, let's get your last oracle card here. Oops. All right. Give me one moment. Final messages for Aquarius. Final messages for Aquarius. The water bear. April 1st through April 18th. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Aquarius. All right. Oh, we got one more flipped out. I'll take it. Okay, just two. Okay. The first, the first one is the courageous Pomoni. Pomoni. Okay. Am I saying that right? The courageous Pomoni. Okay, I don't know. We'll find out. But it basically says multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Oh, I think this is the name of the flower. I think I'm saying it wrong, but hold on, let me show you the card. So here you have this woman silhouette kind of looking down at us, and this flower and space in the background and the sky. But yeah, when I think of Aquarius, right, they're usually feel like an outcast sometimes because they are so unique. So this says unique nature, multifaceted, right? You're good at a lot of different things. People might not know about that. So it's saying let yourself be seen and kind of open up a little bit too with the vulnerability. Maybe this is saying not necessarily with your emotions, but like letting people see that you are good at other things. Okay. So again, always take it how it resonates. And your last one is double mission, light worker, star seed. Serve the world by being you. Okay, well, that's very similar to the last one we just had. Oh, let me show you. Looks like a Tibetan face kind of in the background, or a girl with really cool makeup. And we got the moon in space. Okay. So when it talks about light workers, star seeds, that's the idea of that people who are on this planet who are healers were actually originally came from another planet. And so their mission is to heal the earth and heal a lot of people and everybody together. So that's kind of like this whole deck. They talk a little bit about star seeds. You can always Google it too if you're interested in it. But yeah, it just says serve the world by being you. And it says let yourself be seen. Okay. So that could definitely be a message for some of you guys here. Oops. But beautiful. And I also think that the more that you are yourself, the more that you flip this high priestess in reverse right side up and you use your intuition and show people who you really are, right? And don't be scared of your gifts or showing other people your gifts. Okay? Again, the more abundant you will be. So those are the messages that I have for you at this time, Aquarius. Real quick before you go, if you want to see all these cards together, I will be posting it on my Facebook page. So you can check that out by clicking in the description box below or going to MalesseaMagicLight.com. And then once you're on my website, you can click the Facebook link. And once on Facebook, find the Aquarius reading. And the first comment there under the reading will be a photo of everything in case you want to see it up close or a later time. It's also a way for me to record the reading, you know, as far as the cards. So in case we have another reading where we're like, oh, well, what happened, you know, 2 weeks ago? And then we can go back and I can kind of look and see too. So anyway, with all that being said, Aquarius, I do appreciate all your patience. And the next set of readings, I will be starting with you guys. You'll be third, so it'll be Aries, Pisces, Aquarius. So you'll be the third one next time, so your reading won't be late. So anyway, with all that being said, I hope you have a beautiful day or night, and I will see you guys later. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then hopefully be back finally with Pisces. So anyway, I'll see you guys later. All right, take care. Bye.